no one's going to believe where we are because I never come up here. So we're a little bit hyper because it's so cold and windy. So we are at, I will tell you in a moment, well I can show you in fact. So don't think I'm too excited about exactly where we're at, because it's not that. Should you put your hood up so you're not so cold? We're actually at the Altar Rock, which I've not been at for such a long time. And we had some fun taking silly pictures and by a wizard just beforehand. And when you think about that in context, it's like really not, it's not that funny. But anyway, you have to remember this isn't just an altar rock. It was all fuzzy then. I don't know if it was fuzzy when it caught me. And I'm trying to film really quickly because it's so windy. But the colours are not picking up on camera in quite the same. Well, that's how it looks in real life. More like that. Angry. Well, not angry. It's kind of beautiful. Look, look, look. There, you see? That's how it looks in real life. Anyhow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tag these all together. Just bear with me 2 seconds so we don't run out of film time. There we go. We're back on. I hope it's not too much of a jump. I mean, it's really closing in quickly, of course. It always does. Sorry about that. It's just breathtaking, isn't it? It really is. So we'll get moving because even the wind's actually dropped a moment, so it seems to have. That's where I used to work. Oh, I do miss. Believe it or not, I do actually. Yeah, of course I believe. Shut up, Nina. I'll always miss my old job. Because it wasn't all bad, obviously. It was actually amazing too. Nobody stays somewhere unless they've got good reasons to. Anyhow, let's see. Oh, we've gone fluffy again. I always end up filming the sun from here. We always seem to come here at sunset. So I'm in two minds about which actually was the altar rock now. Because this one has what looks like stepways towards it, and also what would have been at one time down here, potentially. And then when you get to this rock, there's funnels here, which would look like they could bloodlet down. I know it's disgusting to talk about this, I really do. And so, you know. And so the thing is, I'm not quite sure if actually I was right. Just lift your feet up because you're in the middle of the everything. Please. No, I didn't mean move. I didn't mean jump off the edge, my dear. Yeah, I just mean that here there's obviously look, you can't really tell necessarily because of the autumnal thing, but there's channels which run, and they would run down the side here. Now bear in mind I've got footage of a demon coming out of rocks. And there's also writing and stuff on here. It's a little windy. We haven't got very much time. I'm going to just take you over to the next rock now. And in the meantime, I won't show you me because I'm kind of boring. Yep, you heard it from my mouth. I'm boring. So exciting to be here. It's alright, love you. That's a lovely picture. Anthony, deep in thought. Looks like a little gnome, bless his heart. Well, maybe not. He looks very autumnal in that jacket though. It's perfect, isn't it, for this time of year? And I have to say, if anybody wants me to advertise, oh, I'm kidding, I'm not advertising for anybody, but I got this from Dotty Peas and it was in the sale and it was a miracle because mostly their jackets are too short in their arms and it's only a size 8 or 10. And it was like £25 half price. So I'm like, yay, I love it. But it's not, but it's polyester, so it's kind of rubbish. You get a bit warm in it, whereas this is feather. Anyway, keeps fuzzing out as this camera. Here's the rock which I always believe to be the altar rock because it's so obviously flat. thing is that what the rock where Anthony's sitting, look at how it's buzzing here. It's so interesting, given where we're at. That's the one which has the funnels down it. I would imagine they're all, I can't zoom in because it's too late with the atmospherics. And to get on here, I have to jump across. Which way? I can't remember now. Which way? Oh yeah, hang on a second. Oh, we're out of film. Okay, sorry about the little time jump there. But I ran out of footage and I had to delete. Well, I didn't have to delete. I can't remember how I get across to here, usually. But it doesn't usually involve nearly breaking my neck. Did I ever get up onto here, actually, in the first place? I'm not quite sure. Well, we're going to this time. I must have done. I must have been up here in the past. Because, look, it's not hard to get to. It's just that... Oh, yeah, now we're up here. I was seeing why I believe this one to be the altar rock. Let me just pop this here and let's hope and pray that the wind doesn't get in the way. We're going to have to get up here. What I should really do, actually, is film it this way. So at least you can see the sunset. Because no one wants to see me getting up. It'd be kind of boring. Oh, yeah, it's got footholds coming up. So I've never been on here, I don't think. Oh, I don't know. I just don't remember. It's so long ago. I must have been. I find it really hard to imagine that I've never ever been up. Really hard to imagine that I've never been up here before. However, because I'm sure I've seen the writing, I'm getting the weirdest feeling off it though. So let's focus on, yeah, filming. So here is what would constitute a small child's grave. Or anybody who's being sacrificed. If you were to think, oh, this is... First off, let me just say, this is a really dark topic matter. If anybody was watching this just for the simple... this isn't a video to watch just for the walk and talk aspect. I'm going to trigger warning it. But if anyone was watching this because of the walk being pleasant so far, now's the time to switch off for definite, because I'm going to talk a little bit dark. I'm so sorry. Oh, dear me. I've got a cold as well. So when this hasn't got leaves in it, it's definitely a big enough area for human sacrifice to have feet and head at once. Head at this side. Now there is a funnel which comes down here. It's just not so obvious as anymore. I'm so sorry. That's like Jehovah's Witnesses, isn't it? JW. And then there's a lot of stuff written here. You see, it's been here forever. It's a confirmed human sacrifice area. Before anybody wants to get clever and tell me it isn't, this is a confirmed human sacrifice area. I think in its time that the funnels would have come off here and maybe, I'm going to have to get out of the wind, I'm so sorry. It's got the footholds here to get up. And we're going to get out of the wind and film better. So, seeing as it's in so many different parts already, I may as well just keep doing that. But I think, yeah, I'm going to do that. That's the foothold number 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so there's footholds up. If people don't believe me, they're more than welcome to look online. And what they call the dark web these days, which I don't ever go on, I believe though from my internet searches recently, that what used to be available on the normal internet is now, oh, let me just say that I'm not on about anything dark, I'm just on about what used to be all normal internet searches. From my experience now, would probably constitute what they call the dark web. And I mean, if you Google something like something which is on the darker side of life, like to look into druidic human sacrifices, I do not mean looking for guns or pornography or anything like that. That really will be on the inner dark web. I've never been on the dark web, so I don't know. I just know that when I search normal things in Google these days, there's just really nothing that much to find. Not unless you go through about 1,000 pages first, which I just can't, I don't Google stuff like that. Why would I, you know? The internet didn't used to be policed like it is now, so I didn't need to have to go for any of these lengths, ever. I never did, and I don't need to now because I don't need to search stuff. I have no interest in searching stuff. It's just that when I do search, oh, I've got a silly example. It was Tupac Kapoor, and there used to be some decent videos up about him and his death. Now it's all just nonsense, and it feels like anything worth watching would be in the dark web, because now they're trying to say he never even died in the first place, and it's just ridiculous. This looks amazing from down here. It really does, but I'm freezing to death. I think I have to get moving. So I think what I'll do is go back this way, and hopefully we'll make it out in one piece. Now this really reminds me of Ilkley and the Cow and Calf Rocks, because there's a story about Rombalds the giant, and where's Anthony? Tony? Oh crikey, I was worried then, didn't know where you were. That's 2 weeks ago here. Oh dear me. Now what's really interesting about here too, from an occult aspect, is these trees, you know, silver birches. And with that, I'm trying to get it so it's not too dark. The wind's really picking up, and I don't know if you can even see me or not. However, I'll probably do an introduction or something. I just want to remember to people. Look, it looks like a rainbow, doesn't it? That looks quite amazing. Oh, hang on, I'm going to have to film it at a different angle. Right, so there we are, the altar rock. And what looks like a streak of lightning, but it really isn't. It's actually probably a chemtrail right by it. I think it looks quite phenomenal. I can't even say that word. I never have been able to. But I'm sure we can get a better angle if you move. But a little bit closer. There we go. That's pretty brilliant, I think. Well, I hope it's picking up all right. There's the altar rock. And I'm gonna, because I haven't got time to keep messing around. That's from this angle. I think that looks quite something, and I want to get some pictures, so I'm going to love you all and leave you all. What I was going to say before is the power of Jesus Christ and his healing and love can set us all free. So please don't believe the nonsense out there. Don't follow conspiracy theories. Follow the truth. The truth lays within our hearts and our whole like very essence and reason to be alive. So we don't need to like believe anything anyone says unless it's coming directly from God. Okay, love and blessings for you all. Bye for now.